Ah, shit. Forgot to turn off the VPN again. God damn it. I disconnected it. Let's see if this is gonna load properly. Give it just a few seconds. Are we back? We here? Says reconnecting. So, not sure. Still reconnecting. Okay. Oh. Sorry about that. So, where was I? I was going to check the meta ad results. Yes. Hold on, I really need to get like a solid yawn in. Oh, there we go. I forgot to set up one of my chats. This one? Yes. Give me that. Here we go. Now we're all set up and running. Twitch connection is unstable like usual. Classic. Love to see it. Fantastic. I don't know why it always says unstable. It's never happy. Oh, Jesus. Voice break? Is never happy with me. Anyway, sorry for cutting out earlier. Have to do something real quick. But we're back. It looks like the two streams that went up both look like they're the exact same position. That's kind of funny. Or it actually kind of looks like it posted twice. That's weird. Not sure why that's happening. Hey, Ristina? David? That's an interesting name. I've never heard that before in my life. Where does that come from? Hey, Mondoc, what's up? You're Christina. You're Christine. Christina, and the other one is Ristina. We got two of them. Money. Hey, Sumcom dude, what's up? Yeah, sorry for cutting out earlier. I had to handle something real quick. No, it's Ristina. Yeah, you're Ristina, but then there's a Christina in one of the other chats. So, similar, the rhymes. But what's up? How you doing? Let's go through our meta ad results. Hey, Owen, what's up? How come nine's watching? Is that supposed to say no one's watching? I like your clarified mindset. I do like to clarify things. This is true. Can't argue there. I don't know. I don't know how to interpret what you're saying. Is that more of like you're surprised no one's watching, or are you like insulting me? You should be a little bit more clear on that. Able to distinguish things easily. Oh yes, I've clearly demonstrated that ability in these few seconds that you've been familiar with me. I'm dead, had to work last night, so chilling 10 p.m. till 6 a.m. Nice. Is your new job still a night shift, or is it, like, a daytime shift now? Not insulting, just a question. I don't know, man. Ask the YouTube algorithm. It doesn't show my streams to anybody. Also, I did start, like, 4 minutes ago. Night shift, but at fuel station. Fuel station? Are you working in the store, or which part? What are you doing? There's more people. Yeah, but they come and go, you know? We get some regulars, but this isn't my usual streaming time, so I haven't been streaming regularly recently. I'm still going every day, just not at the exact same time every day. I should get better at that, though. I've just been, my schedule's been a bit thrown off. Store nights alone. Oh, that's brutal. I don't feel, you know, I feel for you on that one. I finished all the tasks in like 3 to 4 hours, and I sat bored for 4 hours waiting for customers. Yeah, you know, you could start like a side hustle while you're working there. Just bring your laptop or something. What are they gonna say? They're not there. What are you doing? I'm gonna go over my current ad results. So I show pretty much everything transparently of what I'm doing in my business, trying to grow my business from scratch from the beginning. I've been live streaming the whole thing. So all my documents, all my processes, the learning, the courses that I've taken, all of the lessons I've learned, the results from our ad campaigns or email campaigns, the building our website, literally everything you could think of from beginning, we have done. We're running out of time to make money. We're kind of getting to the point now where we are starting to focus primarily on getting clients, and we're running an ad campaign, so really hoping that's going to work out well. How big is it? How big is what? Do you play music? Do you mean like, do I play any instruments, or do I play music on the stream? I can answer both questions, I guess. I play piano and guitar, and I do play music on stream sometimes. Depends on what we're doing. How do you make money? Well, we're not right now. We're trying to get some customers through the ad campaign. That's kind of the goal. I wanted to make 2,000 a month by 90 days because that's when I run out of money and I'm gonna go homeless. So, hey Zoe, what's up? How you doing? Mental clarity is the new wealth in a world designed to confuse you, Scott D. Clary. What the fuck is that? Is this some kind of book? Your name? What the fuck does that mean? You should be making 6, 7 a month, trust me. Yeah, well, look, if it happens, it happens. I'm just, oh, my name. My name is the same as the YouTube name. Oh, it's no problem. Don't, I just didn't know if it was some kind of like weird word I haven't heard of before. It's all good. Gotta go by. All right, see ya. Short-lived experience. Maybe you'll be back some other time. YouTube's probably gonna be forcing me down your throat now since you've opened one of these. Oh yeah, my name is Debris. Same as the... Like, it's my full name. What, you think I came up with this name as like a sleek, nice YouTube name? Of course not. It's horrendous. My name is horrible. Pause. No, I will not. Don't you dare pause me. How you doing, man? I've been so dead, not had a chance to talk to you. I've been pretty dead too, brother. I've been really dead too. Been running these ad campaigns, trying to... I've been going through a lot of, like, existential crisis moments the last few days. It's been brutal. I've been thinking a lot. I've barely done any work the last, like, 3 days because I've been so stressed and overwhelmed and just having an existential crisis about, like, what it means to be alive and what I want in life and how everything is going and the looming threat of homelessness within the next month and yada yada. I'm trying to overcome that though. Like I've gotten a little bit of my pizzazz back, a little bit of my motivation back today. Because I feel like I've been a bit of a pussy recently and I need to fix that. So, you know what's kind of funny? Usually the way my hair looks reflects my mood. Like it's messy right now and it's because my brain is messy. What'd you learn from the book by Alex Hormozy? This one is really good. What I learned was that the different kind of... honestly, the most important thing that I've learned from this book is how to do effective downsells. That was really useful. Almost everything in this book is like fairly advanced and it's stuff that I don't really need to worry about. Like making a complete money model is not something that's at the top of my priority list because you want to start small with anything you do. You want to start with the basics and you want to build up on top of it. So some of it was just like reinforcing some ideas I already had in my mind and reframing certain things I may have already known. So that was kind of helpful. But the thing I actually took away, the most important thing that I will actually use immediately is the downsell offers. The way that you structure how you get somebody to pay you even if they can't pay your full price. That's been very useful. Hey, Mohammed, what's up? Your name is nice. Thank you. I appreciate that. I know it's not. Maybe to you it's nice, but I don't think it's very nice. But I'm glad you think so, if that's true. Just have faith in your plan. If you need backing, I can provide you about 1,000 euros back. I really hope I don't need to take money from anybody. And if I do, I would ask my family first and hope that they would give me some kind of like loan if I needed some extra money. My car passed its inspection. Nice. Good. Happy to hear that. I really appreciate your support though. Like it does mean a lot to me. Yeah, anyway, what's this book here? I opened it just a second ago. Balkan Girl. Hey, hoi. You know, my girlfriend is Bulgarian, you know? Scott D. Clary. This guy looks kind of familiar. That sounds pretty much of a good idea. You explained it really well. I mean, I didn't really explain much, but the downsells, like basically, I can tell you my entire downsell process if you want me to actually explain what I learned from that book, because I wrote down my process of what I'm going to be doing in my actual sales process. So give me just a second. It's not super advanced. Again, I didn't use every single strategy because I'm trying to keep it fairly easy so I can like test and learn stuff. So here's kind of how it works. So we pitch the offer, we like value stack, pitch the offer, goes great. And then once we get to the point where they're like, $6,000, a bit steep for me, I'd say, okay, well, normally it's $6,000 up front, but look, if cash flow is the only thing holding you back, we can split it up. So, you know, when's your next big inflow of cash? And then they would tell me, and I'd be like, want to put half down today and the rest of it when you get paid? If they say no, then I say, well, what's the most you can put down today? A lot of the times they're going to give like a fairly reasonable number. We can say, hey, great. How about we put that down, then you pay the rest when you get paid? So if that doesn't work, then it's okay. So got it. Money's real tight right now. I just want to make sure on a scale of 1 to 10, how much do you actually want to do this? If they say a 7 or below, I'd say, well, why not a 10? And then we go through that whole process. And if they say 8 or above, I'd be like, okay, awesome. You know, don't worry. We're going to figure out how to make this work for you. How about we do 3 monthly payments of $2,000 instead? And you kind of get where I'm going here. Making transactions successful regardless if they have the budget or not. Yeah, exactly. So that's kind of the idea. I do want to help as many people as possible. Because again, like the primary focus of what I'm doing is I want to help people out. But that's also kind of what's the interesting thing about having a marketing agency, is because if I can't make this work for myself, I probably wouldn't be able to make it work for clients. So me getting clients in the door and me being able to, you know, sell some people means I will be able to help other people do the same. So, which is the best part of it, in my opinion. Since you're starting from scratch, I presume, does your blueprint have to be revised every now and then according to market fluctuations? Not really. The market doesn't really change that much. The only thing that's really changing in terms of marketing is skepticism is constantly rising, and the ad platform's algorithm changes, which I actually did go back a couple days ago and I relearned Facebook ads to make sure that I have the up-to-date information, and quite a lot has actually changed. I went through it either yesterday or the day before. I think it might have been yesterday, actually. I went through all of that. Gotta go, sorry, see you tomorrow, I guess. Oh, that's a shame. Yeah, see you tomorrow. Look, maybe join the Discord if you want to keep updated. There's a link, if you use Discord, there's a link in my bio on YouTube. Or you could text me on Instagram if you want, but nice to see you anyway. Hope you have a nice night or, you know, day, whatever time it is where you're from. Happy to see you. American. Who's American? I'm not. All good, no problem. I get paid in 2 weeks from new job. Happy days, nice. I message you on Discord in a bit. I gotta go for a bit. Best of luck. Thanks. Yeah, see ya. Bro, how old are you again? I am 23. My other cat is 22 years old this year. God damn. That is an old ass cat. Yeah, I really love the idea you just had. Like, for example, if the package is 3,000, you're asking the prospect scale 1 to how much they want this thing. There's 6 or 7, you divide 3,000 to 7, you pitch the price, get this done right now. I mean, that's an interesting thing too, yeah. There's ways to do it. The whole thing is you gotta make sure that, honestly, price objections are quite easy to deal with, because you can get... Okay, there's basically 2 different types of price objections. The first kind is somebody thinks that you're not worth the price. Then the second thing is they literally don't have the money. The first one you can actually overcome quite easily by doing something in your sales pitch called a value stack, which is you specifically attribute the value of your service to a monetary like explanation they can understand. So to give you an example, let me go through what my pitch is. What country are you from? I'm actually originally from Lithuania. I'm not a native English speaker. Hey man, how are things going? They're going all right. How about you? Yeah, I'll check out the general Discord a little later. Let me go through my actual sales pitch so you can get an idea of what I mean. Where is my sales pitch? There it is. So I'll just read the part that's interesting, which is the value stack part. So I would get them in the qualification process. I would get them to tell me how much like a job would be worth for them and stuff like that. I would get like their average, the amount of money that the average customer spends and stuff like that. And that's what I would use to do this. So I'd say, let's put some numbers on this. Let's be super conservative and say that the system brings in just, I would say a specific number here based on what value they give, but let's say 5 extra jobs for the simplicity of math. Or let's say 10. But usually I'd say super conservative, like 2 to 3 jobs. But let's just say 10 to keep the math simple. Let's say this system brings in 10 jobs next month. You told me your typical value is worth around, again, math simple, let's say $1,000, what they tell me. So you told me your typical job is worth around $1,000. So even on the low end, that ends up being $10,000 in new revenue in the month alone. Stack that over a year, then it's $120,000. So if you had a machine that reliably brought you that kind of money month after month, what would that be worth to you? Would it be worth, you know, 50,000, 70,000 more? And you'd let them think a little bit about this. And I say, well, good news is it's actually not 70,000, it's not 40,000, it's not 20,000, it's not even 10,000. The investment to have us build the entire system, so your ads, your funnel, your automations, all of which you get to keep forever, is a one-time fee of $6,000. So do you see how that works? Now, in their mind, they get $120,000 for $6,000. That's value stacking. That's how you get over proving that your product is worth what you're selling it for. That pretty much eliminates that objection basically every time. The second type of price objection is when they don't have the money to pay. That's when a downsell offers come in. So you would say this value stack in your pitch to get over that one. And if they're still iffy on the price, they should understand the value at this point. So if they're iffy on the price, you assume that they're not having a lot of money because you've already kind of covered that whole basis. So you'd start with the downsell offers, which is, well, how much do you have? When's your next big inflow of cash if you're selling B2B? Or when's your next paycheck if you're selling B2C? And you'd be like, okay, how about you put half down, half when you get paid? Fair enough? And if not, you go like, okay, how about 3 monthly installments at $2,000? Fair enough? And you just keep bringing it down. I mean, you can even do like, there's this thing Alex Hormozy mentions called, what were they called? Trial by something. There's like the specific type of like not paid trials, but free trials you can give where they have to do specific tasks as well. Like he goes very far. I'm not going to go that far. I have like a certain amount of downsells that I have prepared, but I'm not going to go under a certain amount because I don't want to deal with all of that. Like it would increase the amount of money I would get, but I can't get a perfect system down like this from the very start. I need to get some kind of money in before I start optimizing. So that's pretty much that whole idea. Can you speak Serbian? No, I cannot, brother. I speak Lithuanian and English. That is all. So I hope I wasn't speaking too fast. I hope that I explained everything clearly enough. No, it was good. Okay, nice. What do you do, Christina? Do you take sales calls? Yes. And we are going to... I actually have a call scheduled on Monday. We'll see how that goes. Need to send them a reminder, make sure that they show up. And then let's go through our ad results. Our ad campaign. So right now, we are on our best performing ad set. We are at a 14 euro cost per lead, which is actually a little bit less than that because 3 of the leads were faulty. So let me calculate for that. It is 265.46 divided by 15. Our cost per lead right now is 17 euro 69 cents, which is not bad. So we do want to improve it though. I launched actually, so I made that new campaign I was talking about a few days ago, but because I put it into the same campaign as the other one, because I already had an established ad set, it was kind of eating all the budget because Facebook seemed to not want to test the other one. So I actually split it out into different campaigns instead so that it gets its own budget, because it is a different offer. So I wanted to separate them to make sure that it gets tested fairly. So that's going to be launching and running now as well. So we'll see how well that does. But the one that we have right now is working fairly okay. We'll get more data as we get more calls and more leads in. But email marketing specialist, and I designed and create pitch deck for senior sales executives. That's really cool. How long have you been doing that? I do email marketing as well. I'm like a full marketing team at this point. I literally do everything. You're probably better than me because you specialize in one thing. But I literally do everything. I built my own website, do my own email marketing, copywriting, sales, fucking Facebook ads, marketing. What else? Like, there's so much crap. But yeah. But that's cool. Yeah, 3 years. How'd you get into that industry? Yeah, one-man army. Literally, the reason I started doing this is because I wanted to show that one guy without a job, without income, with just savings, with no help, can get a business up and running from scratch. This is the purpose of this. I've been basically pulling my hair out trying to get it to work, but I'm really determined to get it to work. I've even been offered investments for it that I've turned down because I don't want to use it. I want to show the whole process transparently. You can see all of my emotions. We've had some shitty days in the last couple of weeks. You can see them on stream. I don't hide anything. I show fully transparently everything I'm doing, everything I'm feeling. I'm actually, in the background, what I'm also doing is I'm keeping a diary as well, a video diary, which, if this works out, I'm planning to release that as well, which will show even more detail about how I'm struggling with the stuff that I'm doing. So, because I think we don't have enough of that. The internet is too perfect. Everybody only shows their perfect sides. Nobody shows their fucking, sweaty, dirty hair and, contemplation of life and their fucking, whatever else. Nobody shows that. I want to show it because I think that it's difficult for a lot of people to get inspired to take certain steps because they don't have a good example. Because when you look at somebody who's way above you and you feel like they're perfect, their life is perfect and they're set up beautifully, and you look at it and you think, how can I ever be like this person? It's inspiring because you want to be like them, but it falls flat because you feel like you can't be like them. I want to be somebody who hopefully maybe one day I can show people that just an average guy like me would be able to do this. Now, I don't know if I will. I have no idea. I could completely fail, have to go back to my regular job, go back to living with my parents, save up some money and try again. Maybe it'll work the second time. I'm not saying everything's going to work out perfectly, but I'm just a guy. There's nothing special about me. I don't want to act like I'm on a pedestal, like I'm above other people. I'm just me. And I think that if I succeed, that would be a great inspirational story for a lot of people. Because I'm not perfect, and I show all of my imperfections. It's easier to relate to me. And I hope that by doing that, I can help a lot of people. That's my goal with this. I'm not trying to make money from YouTube. If I wanted to make money from YouTube, I would make much different content. This content doesn't sell. It doesn't do well. But that's not the purpose of the content. I want it to be there as like a documentational sort of journey. That's what I'm looking for. So that's kind of the general idea behind it. That's great of you. Can't believe you're only 23. Why do you think that? You think I'm wise? Maybe, perhaps? Alex Hormozy vibes. I like to hear that. I do like that guy. I really just want to help as many people as I can. Like, I really have a helping mentality. I hate all the scammers out there. I hate all the bullshitters. I hate all the gurus. I don't want to be like them. Actually, the inspiration for me starting this was I was sick of all of the gurus who just lie to people and give surface level information just to funnel them into buying a course. I hate those guys. I hate them. I don't want to be like them. Self-education and hard work beats money. I really appreciate you're not going for investment, but instead doing it all on your own. I'm really trying. Yes, it's a goal of mine that I really want to make it work on my own. I know it's kind of silly because, you know, people should have teams behind them, but not everybody has that privilege. And I understand that. You know, and I want to be there for the people who don't have friends. Because I grew up with a lot of struggles too. I grew up a long period of my life, I didn't have really anybody either. I didn't have any support. I didn't have any help. I didn't have any people like me. And I know that there's a lot of people out there who are exactly that way. And I want them to know that you don't need a team to start. You need a team to scale, and you need a team to get big. Because everybody else is working in teams, and they're going to crush you in the long term. But I want to prove to people that you don't need a team to start. That's my goal with this. Anyway. Solopreneurs, yes, precisely. How old are you? You said you're saying you can't believe I'm only 23. You're saying that like somebody who's like 40. 26. Oh, okay. So are you one of those people that sees anybody who's like a year younger than you as being a baby? To be honest, I kind of feel like that too, so it's hard to blame. Like, I look at somebody who's like 20 and I'm like, was I really that stupid when I was 20? What do you want to do in life? Like, if you could choose anything you wanted to, what would it be? Career-wise. Or, well, it doesn't even have to be career-wise. Just what do you want to be? Maybe you want to be, I don't know, a stay-at-home wife or husband. I don't know. What's your ultimate goal? Do you have one? Because I kind of wrestle with what I want quite frequently. I spent all of today pretty much wrestling with the idea of like, I don't really know what to do. Hey Daniel, what's up? Daniel's Shorts. I'm going to open your channel, Daniel's Shorts. To be honest, currently I'm also in a phase of existential crisis. I literally had, this week it's been rough, but today I literally had like an entire day of just existential crisis thoughts. Literally, I spent so many hours outside today just pondering, like with no phone near me. No technology, nothing. I was just looking at the sky for hours today pondering. It would have been nice to have somebody there with me to ponder life together. What's your existential crisis like? What kind of thoughts are you having? For me, it was more like, no matter how far I look into the future, and thanks for the follow, Rustina. No matter how far I look into the future, I feel like it feels kind of empty. And I don't know why, because when I was a kid, I could always see some version of the future. I could always imagine something. But now, I feel like I can't. Like, I look in the future and it feels empty. Like, I can't imagine what I want to be there. It's very confusing. So I've been dealing with that as a problem personally. Mine are, I'm prepared for the second civil war in the USA. It's coming, brother. It is coming. Christina, you should join the Discord. Let me give you a link. Obviously, you don't have to join, but I'll give you a link anyway. You seem cool to talk to. Only thing that's fulfilling is helping people out. I completely agree with that. I am like fully on board with that messaging. I think I am the same. I just want to help people out in whatever way I can. Here's a link to the Discord in case you want to join. Oh yeah, Daniel's Shorts. I want to open this dude's channel. Go to channel. Let's see. Sure, nice. We have a decent amount of people there now. It's like 55, something like that, 50 maybe ish. Oh wow, that is a cute cat. This cat is 22. Holy shit. That is a very good looking cat for 22. Damn. Huh. Interesting. You must have either taken really good care of your cat or that cat has some elite genetics. Where are you from, Ristina? I remember going to college with wokes and then harassing and bullying, in rare cases attacking people. When Biden won the election, they were starting to get violent. Your guys are about to hit a turning point, especially since that Charlie Kirk incident. Okay, Daniel's Shorts channel has 2 shorts. That's it. That's nothing. Come on, you have your whole channel is named after shorts, but you don't have any shorts. I'm gonna turn on my AC. I'm so sweaty. It is so hot in here. Jesus. Oh, okay. Nice. So, yeah, ad campaign. Did I mention all of the, I might as well go through all of the analytics, not just the cost per lead. I'm gonna go with the specific ad set just because that other ad set was absolutely horrible. So, okay. So the free blueprint ad, 90 link clicks, €2.96 for cost per link click. Click-through rate for links is 1.7%, which is fine. Any other important stats? CPM right now is €50. That's cost per 1,000 impressions for anybody who doesn't know. An impression is just somebody who gets shown your ad. Total impressions, 5,338. Those are pretty much all the interesting statistics. That's about it. I really need to get into a good schedule with the streaming again, man. I usually stream at 3 p.m. Madrid time, but I just haven't recently because messy schedule. Sorry. I can't believe I've been doing this shit for so long. Wouldn't it be ironic? Like, I know this is so childish of me to say, but wouldn't it be ironic and, like, quite humorous if we made our first sale on day 69? That's a Sunday, though. That's extremely unlikely. Yeah, actually, never mind. Chances of that happening are, like, practically zero because I don't even accept calls on the weekends. In my schedule, I don't have any. Where are you from? I'm originally from Lithuania. I grew up in Ireland, though, and I live in Spain now. What about you? Ellebeck, I think you got censored, bro. Sorry. I don't have control over that. They really didn't like what you said. You're from India. Yeah, I get a lot of Indian people here. Makes sense. I don't know why. Not that I have anything against it, but just sometimes I wonder how the YouTube algorithm works. Maybe it's just because there's so many of you. Ellebeck, are you gonna try type it in again without possibly censored words? They're really fucking tough on the censoring. Like you can't even say stuff like pyramid scheme. There was this thing that happened actually on my channel yesterday. It kind of freaked me out. I woke up and there were like 40 new comments on one of my videos, and I was like, what the fuck is happening? And they were all talking about some crypto coin bullshit, so I had to go in and delete all of them and block the word. Blacklisted. It was really annoying. What are you doing for a living? Marketing. Currently, actually, I'm unemployed. Well, self-employed, but in other words, unemployed because I'm not making any money yet. We're getting there, bit by bit, we're getting there. We're also running out of money. We don't have a lot of budget left to make it work. Just to put it into perspective, I have about a budget of like around 2K. And after that, I'm cooked. I will lose my house. Can you teach me? I really can't. I can tell you everything I know, but you have absolutely no reason to listen to me because I don't have any evidence that what I know is actually true. Look, I can tell you personally that I'm good at learning things, but you have absolutely no incentive to believe me because I have no evidence of that. You don't know me, and I haven't proved I can actually, apply the information. Okay, but you're a cool guy. Okay, you know what? Yes, I can't teach you in that case. What do you want to know? You can ask specific questions. I don't know where to start. If you want to learn a little bit about marketing, I have a YouTube video for that, actually. Shameless promotion. You got me. But it's a decent video on how to, make effective advertisements. Honestly, my biggest skill is probably teaching people things. I'm really good at articulating information in a way that's easy to consume and understand. That's, one of my natural born talents. So I think once this all blows over, if I manage to make some money from it, I think what I would really like to do long term is some form of teaching, either coaching or consulting or something of the sort, because I think I just have a gift for teaching. Whether or not the information I teach is accurate is a different story. But that's kind of why I don't want to give information until I know that it works, because otherwise I'd feel like a scammer. I show speed, I do. Not much, though. I don't follow what he does. I just know about him from the occasional meme. All I really know about him is that he screams a lot and backflips into random shit and breaks it. That's about it. My knowledge beyond that is limited. Assassination shit becoming too popular. It's like a new buzzword. Yeah, everybody's getting assassinated left and right nowadays. Folks are saying Jimmy Kimmel's show being canceled is an invasion of freedom of speech, but if you talk against them, they threaten assault and assassination. Yeah, I mean, that's honestly so true. They say that freedom of speech shouldn't exist. But then whenever it doesn't suit them, they complain that there's no freedom of speech. Classic behavior. Accept. Hello. Yeah, I don't know what's going on with people killing each other over their opinions. There's definitely gonna be some kind of civil war in America after this. I can't see how there couldn't be, possibly. It's just going too far, Wonder how long it's going to take for this campaign to start racking up some results. It's got 4 link clicks already, which is quite good, actually, for the amount of impressions that it got. Well, it's about the same, but the CPM is lower, so it's costing me less. Everyone you talk to seems really on edge, like everyone waiting for the other show to drop. Yeah. What are you discussing about us? Or is that supposed to be the US? Is that what you meant? Definitely not discussing you, Patel. Don't worry. We don't talk about people behind their back here. That's uncool activity. Yeah, it does seem like everybody's really on edge nowadays. This is true. But I also think a lot of it is just online propaganda. If you go outside and go to your local park, things are fine. People spend too much time online. Things are actually nowhere near as bad as you think they are most of the time. Just gotta go take a walk sometimes, and then you'll see that life is really not so bad. We're designed to solve problems through physical activity. That hasn't changed. Our brains may have substantially developed since we were cavemen, but our biology really hasn't changed much, you know? If you feel like you don't know what to do and you can't do anything or you're stressed, just go do some physical activity and you're gonna feel better, I promise. Advice that I should be taking more, I should be, let me rephrase. That's advice I should be listening to more as well. I should be taking action on that more frequently than I am, I will admit. Sometimes I can struggle a little bit to follow my own advice. There's a term for that, actually. I feel like I remember hearing it recently. There's a term for somebody who can, like, give good advice but can't follow it themselves. I don't think I'm necessarily that kind of person. Most of the time, I think I do follow my own advice, but some things are just really hard to grasp for my brain. I can struggle occasionally. All people in the country are more worried about arson in the fall. Yeah, you guys get a lot of, like, natural fires in general, right? Do you think people are just gonna start burning everything? It's like you don't get enough fires, people are gonna be setting them manually. Perfect. Is there anything else I could cover? I could go over our email campaign, talk about our open rate since we're here. I need to actually update my email campaign like tomorrow morning because I'm about to run out of emails in my nurture list, my nurture system. Yeah. And it seems like the open rate is dropping off still when we start talking about Facebook ads instead of the offer. Which in that case, I need to make sure that the headline is good. Obviously, I don't have a lot of data to go off of here. Like, there's only 13 people right now inside the automation, so I really don't have a lot of data to be making those assumptions off of. But it does seem like it's slowly decreasing over time as the emails come out, which makes sense. But I should probably wait a little bit before getting too concerned about optimizing anything. Our initial email that we send out after people opt in has a 37% open rate, which is fine. And the next one has a 26%, which is a bit low. It comes 2 hours after the first one, and it's like full of a bunch of information to help those people out. So I do want them to open it, but alas. I'll see how the new campaign goes, because it's got like a new landing page, it's got a video sales letter and everything. I need to keep working on more ads. I actually recently thought about this. I should try to put some effort into making a really good ad. Like one that's funny, that's very entertainment, that's kind of like regular Instagram posts. So I get a lot of leads that way. I think it makes a lot of sense for a marketing company to do that too, because you're kind of showing off your work and your capabilities. And because a lot of people don't understand what marketing is, it kind of plays at an advantage for me, because people think good marketing, like the average person thinks good marketing is just purely based off of attention. So if your posts get a lot of engagement, if you have a lot of followers, they are willing to trust you more because they believe that that's what's important. Which kind of plays into your strength, because if you make ads that are catered to a certain audience and they are creative and entertaining, then potential prospects would be more interested in hiring you as a company because they believe that what they're seeing is the result of your own work, which is good. So it's kind of a roundabout way. It's kind of funny because that's not what optimal marketing is. It's not just grabbing attention. It is important, of course, but articulating like a good offer and getting people interested and converting people in sales, like there's a whole list of other problems inside of it. And sometimes you don't want to have, based on the audience you're targeting, sometimes you don't want to have a really entertaining ad. And a lot of times you probably don't, honestly. So, but they don't know this. You know, they think that the more they like a video or an ad, the better you must be at making them. I hope you understand what I'm trying to say here. Probably a German term. They seem to have a lot of terms to describe really niche concepts. Like I don't want to say that in case it's something like bad I'm not supposed to say. Not that I'm afraid of saying anything bad, I'm afraid of getting banned. I will say any word in real life with no care. And yes, I mean any word, because it's just words. I'm a huge advocate of freedom of speech. I don't believe in censoring people to prevent people from being offended. I think that that's a asinine concept that shouldn't exist. But on stream, different story. I don't want to get banned. So I put a lot of work into this. It'd be sad if it went to shit. The East, Chaos, or maybe I'm supposed to say Coast, and South don't get a lot of fires. The West Coast does, but that's because of geography, botany, and weather like California. Midwest, where all the flat land in between the two coastlines get massive tornadoes, winds, etc. I really hate natural disasters, man. I really never want to live in a country which gets a lot of tornadoes or tsunamis or like forest fires, whatever. I just don't want to live in a place like that. Give me a place that's fairly warm, safe, beautiful nature, good economy, whatever. Just give me Switzerland. That's really what I want. Just give me Switzerland. As the German word means, taking gleeful pleasure from others' pain or misfortune. Maybe I have a little bit of that. I don't like when other people feel pain or go through misfortune, but occasionally it's quite funny. You know, especially mostly if it's like with idiots or people who are just doomed anyway. They're like, you can't help them. then it is funny. But then you know what? Sometimes I'm a little ashamed to admit at some of the stuff I find funny. Like, it really depends on my mood. Like, take some, like, old people falling over. Like, sometimes I'm like, damn, that poor guy. But other times I'm like, he fell so slowly. It's looked really funny. I don't know why, but when old people fall, a lot of the times it looks like they're falling over like weebles. Like, they just kind of... Like, it's so smooth. It almost looks like it doesn't even hurt. They just kind of like... You know what I mean? You've probably seen it before. If you haven't, you should look it up. It just looks so soft. Anyway, it's been 48 minutes. I know I say usually I stream between 1 to 2 hours. I haven't been recently though. But it is quite late, so I would like to get to bed. I have a little bit more work to finish too. So I think it's hilarious when kids get knocked over and just bounce back up running. Kids really are indestructible. Like, it is funny the way that they can have the most brutal, horrendous fall and just get up and like nothing happened. I miss those times, honestly. I was so fearless as a kid as well because of it. I used to like climb the sides of buildings back in the day. That was fun. Break into construction sites at night and like run away from the security guards. I was very mischievous as a kid. I was introverted, but I was always getting into like trouble in a fun way. I wasn't the drinking alcohol or taking drugs type. I was the causing chaos type. Wreaking havoc. Day number what now? Brother, it's in the title. It's in the thumbnail. You're really asking me? Fine, I'll tell you. 67? I believe. Yes. We're getting there. Slowly running out of time. 23 days left. Can we make money in 23 days? Who knows? Maybe I should start tracking it on my board, because whenever I remind myself of just how little time I have left, it's a little daunting. 67, yes. 6-7. Why are you saying it like that? For me, was taking a swig of whiskey at the top of a water tower in our small town. You alcoholics really have a way of life, huh? You even climbed up there with with alcohol just so you could drink. Climbed the tree with a bunch of friends, hopped the fence, climbed the tower. Nice. I used to do a lot of free running, like flips and stuff. I still have some videos of back when I used to do it, but I could never like get consistent at it because in Ireland it just rained so much all the time that I literally just could never practice because it was always slippery. But I could do some stuff. I was more good at like parkour than free running, but I could still do some flips. I could do side flips, I could do back flips, I could do wall spins, which is kind of like, it's hard to explain. It's like you flip over a wall. It's basically like you'd grab a wall like this and then your whole body would spin over your arms. I could do that, but I was mostly really good at climbing up walls. I could climb up really fucking tall walls. I was really good at wall running. Not the video game kind of wall running where like you run across the wall sideways. I could still do that, but I was really good at running up walls. I could climb something that was like more than double my height easily. Like I'm pretty sure one of the highest things I climbed was in and around. How tall would it be? Let me estimate. It was like it was like two of me with my arms up in the air, basically. So around like 14, 15 feet-ish. And I climbed up that wall pretty easily. Like, took me like 3 tries. I was really good at wall running. I think I'd hate living here. The humidity is like 70 to 90% year round. Brother, Ireland is extremely humid. And right now where I'm living in Malaga, it's also extremely humid a lot of the time. It's not so humid that like your walls are wet, but it's pretty humid. Like our humidity is also really high most of the time. Let me see, what's the humidity right now? It was worse in Ireland, I think, though. It's not as bad here. I dare you to visit the south. Our glass fogs up all the time. Yeah, okay, it doesn't happen as much here, but in Ireland, yes. Like, we'd have to clean the windows every day. All the glass would fog up constantly as well. Can I even check humidity here? Where do I go? Let me just open the weather app. %76% right now. Not horrible, but not amazing either. Anyway, I'm gonna call it a night. I'm getting tired. I need to get some work done. Thanks everybody so much for watching. Nice to meet new faces, see new people. Nice to see the returning ones too, like usual. I lied to you. It's 40% right now. Yeah, it's 76 here. Eat it, bozo. It's worse here. Later, dude, a good stream. Thank you. Nice to see you. Hope you're having a good day. And hope everybody else has a good day or good night. Depends where you're from. Have a good day tomorrow. And all of the rest of the time. How you ain't melting like candy. It's fucking hot. That's why I have the AC on. It's hot and it's humid as hell. It sucks. I constantly have sweat dripping from like every orifice of my body. TMI. Yes, but fuck you. Anyway. Bye. See you tomorrow.